Neil, how did Vice get a hold of you, and what did you think of the documentary that they put together? Did they capture it right? Did you have any positive thoughts, negative thoughts on it?
Vice first, well, wasn't Vice, it was Walking Fish Productions initially, and they're the crew that got the funding through Vice.
Gotcha.
So David and a couple of the other members of the team first contacted me back in January 2017, and I met with them in Melbourne. I was at the AFRA headquarters, which is the Australian Rare Fauna Research Association, and I was there helping them digitize their files. They've got thousands of sightings. And I was there helping them, and I was just scanning files. I stayed at the lady's house for a couple of days just to help them sort out and digitize all their records. Mm-hmm. So I arranged to meet David and the rest of the crew there, and they interviewed me there and filmed me and did all this stuff. They applied for funding that year and they missed out. And then he stayed in touch with me, and then I caught up with him at the AFRA Christmas party that year, or maybe 2018, I think it was, in Melbourne. And I went over there. This is in Victoria. Went over there and caught up with him there as well, and he met a few other people. And then in February or January 2020, I think it was January 2020, they came over with a crew. And another person had joined the team, and that was Naomi. She ended up being the director. And they were going to pitch again for the funding, and they came over for a whirlwind 48 hours and had me in front of the camera for 18 hours one day. I was exhausted. Wow. From 6 till midnight. I was just running around being filmed. But anyway, they filmed a whole heap of stuff for the pitch and went back, and they successfully got the funding. But then COVID hit, and they were landlocked in Victoria for several months before they could get over here. It took them a year basically to get back here and do the filming.
Wow.
In regards to what they produced, I was very happy with what they produced. They really wanted to go with the human story in relationship to the animal. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't necessarily all about the animal as much as it was about me and why I was chasing this animal. They were really interested in that relationship between people and nature. And I thought that was a really good approach. And I was happy to go with them. I read them the Riot Act in regards to having access to my personal life for as long as they were here. Mm-hmm. And certain things were out of bounds and certain things were okay. And they were very respectful, and they kept their word. They didn't try and belittle me or make me look like an idiot. I'm quite capable of doing that without anyone else's assistance. They did the right thing. Look, I would have included all 5 photos. They did interview Nick Mooney, but they had to crunch down their footage so much they didn't even get to use the footage of Nick Mooney that they had. So there's quite possibly and highly likely going to be a part 2 to that. Whether they get funding for it or whether they just produce it themselves, I don't know. But they would have hours and hours of quotes and footage of me in the can that they haven't used. Like they would literally have enough to produce a whole hour without any trouble at all, and not even need to interview me again, really.
Yeah.
So I was really happy with what they produced. It was respectful. It was a little bit safe. I'm a bit of a outspoken, controversial kind of person. I'm a strong believer in busting eggs to make an omelette, mate. You know?
Yeah, that's good. Good, fair enough.
So I was very happy with their end result. I thought they did a really respectful, really good job. It was very good.